Lego. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to do this really fun look for Easter. So this look involves a lot of glitter, so it can be very messy, but it is a lot of fun. So I think you guys will really enjoy it and have fun with it. So without further ado, if you like this Easter look and you want to see how I achieve it, you know what to do. So as usual, I'm starting with one eye already done, just to try and make this as fast as possible. So to start off this look, I'm going into the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in medium beige, and I'm using this to prime my eyelids. So taking a little bit on my finger, I'm just going to use it and spread it across my entire lid. Then to set that, I'm using this NYX mineral powder, and using a brush, I'm just going to dab a little bit of the powder over that concealer, just to set it. Next, I'm going into the first shade, which is by NYX. It's called Blame It on Midnight, and I'm using this one as my transition color. So I'm going to place this one directly in my crease, or a little bit above the crease actually, and I'm just going to blend it in. And putting the shade down first will just make sure that all of the colors I'm going to go in with will just blend out very seamlessly and more easy. Next, I'm going into one of my faves, the Adorable Palette by NYX, and I'm going to use this dark brown here to deepen my crease. So I'm starting in the outer corner just to create some dimension, and I'm going just on that outer V there and just kind of packing it on first, and then I'm just going to use very small circular motions to kind of blend it out a little bit. And I'm going to take it into my crease, but not all the way to the inner corner. Then I'm going back to the previous brush that I was using for the transition shade. I'm just going to blend those two shades together. Next, I'm going into another NYX shade, which is called Wild Orchid, and it's a very pretty hot pink color. And I'm just placing this shade directly in the middle of my lid, all the way to the inner corner. Then once I have it placed on the lid, I'm going to use a fluffy brush and kind of just blend it out into the crease. Then I'm going to work backwards and go back to the dark brown from the Adorable palette. And I'm going to go back right where those two colors meet, the brown and the Wild Orchid, just to make sure that they blend seamlessly. Next, I'm going into this Morphe shade called Coal, which is basically just black, and I'm going to use this to kind of deepen up my crease. So keeping it once again on the outer corner, I'm just going to kind of pack it on, just that little outer corner there, and then just use small circular motions to blend it out. Then I'm going back to the brush that I was using for the brown shade, and I'm going to just blend those together. Then back to the transition shade to blend out the edges of that and make sure there's no harsh lines anywhere. Next, I'm going into another NYX shade. This is Skinny Dip by NYX, and I'm just going to use a tiny bit of that purple right in my crease and blend it more so into the inner corner, but I'm keeping it only in the crease area. Now for the fun part, I'm going into this Face and Body Glitter by NYX, and this is in the color Crystal, which is basically just a mixture of silver and blue and green, red, all the colors that are pretty much involved in Easter. Now to make this stick, it's best if you have some sort of like glue or something, or like a glitter glue, but all that I have is spritz, so I'm just going to use what I got to get what I want. So using a bit of the spritz on my finger, I'm just going to dab it onto my lid right on top of that Wild Orchid color. Then I'm going to pour a little bit of the glitter in my hand. And then using a flat brush, I'm just going to go in and pick up a little bit of the glitter and then just start to dab it on my eye. And I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with it this time, because earlier when I did this eye, I had glitter everywhere. And once I'm pleased with the placement of that, then I'm just going to go back and dust away any loose glitter. Next, I'm going to use my Maybelline gel eyeliner just to go ahead and line my eyes, but I'm going to do this off camera, so I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm back with my wing done, so now I'm just going to go in and smoke out my bottom lash line. Now I'm going back to my transition shade, which was Blame It on Midnight, and I'm going to use that and just smoke out underneath my eye. Then going back into the brown shade in the Adorable palette. And I'm going to smoke that out as well. Then going back into Coal, which was the black. And I'm going to keep the black as close to my lash line as possible.
I don't see how you can hate from outside.
Then I'm going to use that gel liner right in my waterline. Now it's time for mascara, so I'm using my favorite, the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. And I'm going to use this and coat my lashes, top and bottom. Next it's time for lashes, so I'm going in with my personal faves, the Lily Galici in the style Doha. And once the lashes are on, it's time to move on to highlighting and contouring. So to highlight, I'm going back into the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I'm going to use it underneath my eyes, down the center of my nose, on my chin, also on my cupid's bow, tiny bit on my jawline, and on my forehead. And take a selfie. It's a very important part, you know. Then I'm going to go in and blend that out using my beauty blender. Next I'm going to go immediately into this NYX mineral powder, and I'm going to use this to set the concealer. And I'm just going to let that bake, and while that's baking, I'm going to go into this 3D face creator, and I'm going to use the dark side here to contour. So using my kabuki brush, I'm going to go into the dark side, and I'm just going to place it in the hollows of my cheeks, right underneath my cheekbone. And I just like to kind of push in right where my jaw sinks in, and then just kind of push up to blend it out. And I'm also going to contour along the perimeter of my face. Also underneath my jawline to carve out my jaw. And of course I'm going to snatch my nose, so I'm just going to apply a little bit along the sides of my nose. Now once that's done, I'm going to go back and wipe away the powder from the highlight. Next I'm going into this powder foundation by Nika K, and I'm going to use this to intensify and set the contour. So using this fluffy brush, I'm just going to go in and intensify this contour. So I'm just going to place it right in that hollow. And I'm also going to place it along the perimeter to set that contour. And then I'm going to go in and just blend everything together. Next for blush, I'm using Wet n Wild. I'm going to place that right above that contour. Then for my lips, you already know I'm using the Ruby Kisses in Nude Rose. Then going over that with this nude color by Ulta. And then just blend it with my finger. Then on my top lip, I'm using a brown NK pencil. And then just filling it in. Next I'm going to be using my Ruby Kisses highlight, and I'm going to place that right on the high point of my cheek, also on my brow bone, down the center of my nose, and my cupid's bow. And I'm going to go back to my Adorable palette, and I'm going to use this white here and pop this on the inner corner of my eye. I'm just going to pop it right here and right here. And now, the look is complete. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a very happy Easter, and I will catch you next time in my next video. Bye guys. Do what you want, my body. Wet n Wild. And I'm gonna place it, okay. Next I'm going in. So using this fluffy brush, and I will catch you next time in my next video.